Alright guys, so this is my last day at this apartment complex. Hated it, if I'm gonna be honest. Like, the leasing managers suck here. It's a beautiful apartment. It's just not worth it, if that makes sense. It's not worth it. So I'm on the way to go get a box because the last little bit of my stuff, I don't have like a storage container for it. I like to put everything in storage containers so that it's easy to move and easy to like remember where things are. One thing about me, I'm very quick to pack up and move. It's super easy for me because I've always been a mover. Like, I move around, like I don't give a fuck. Like, if I'm not happy, I'll literally leave. Like, I don't have time for that shit. And I'll make sure it doesn't look bad on me because I'm leaving and I'm breaking my lease, but without penalty, because I've already had so many issues with the leasing people and they're just unprofessional. They don't know how to do their job for real. And I've constantly had to get on their ass about shit. There's been, my shit been stolen, my shit been thrown away. The cleaners don't clean actually well. There's people coming into my room. There's no security. Like, my packages have been stolen. The water has been too cold and not hot at all in the morning time. Like, it literally will not get hot until like an hour later. Like, so that's the thing. Like, I've already gone through a lot with this leasing company and I'm so ready to just leave because I have a roommate that is just so up my ass and annoying and just nagging in my ear constantly about how I don't belong and I'm so, like, I'm just the worst, I'm so childish. But it's like, girl, if I was childish, I would have beat you up. Like, if I'm gonna be so for real, I would just beat you up. Like, if I was a little bit younger and I was a little bit less mature and I didn't have as much control, like, if I was really childish, I would have beat you up. You understand that, right? Any fucking way. So I literally just woke up. I didn't get to eat anything. I didn't get to do anything. I'm probably gonna call the food stamp people tomorrow because I'm basically homeless, and that's kind of like the fuck. Like, I need my food stamps. Thank you. Give my shit up. I had them before, but they turned it off because they said I made too much money last month, and I just was like, y'all are fucking dick watchers. Like, y'all are weird. So I'm gonna tell them that I'm homeless because technically I am. I don't have an address to myself right now. I'm gonna be staying with a friend of mine for a few weeks. I know that that's probably what's gonna work best for me right now. And it's LA. This is something that's very common. I personally never had to do it before because I always can just buy my own shit, buy my own place, but I have not had a job. In general, it's like, I can't have a job right now because my hours are so limited. Like, my free time is so limited, so I don't even have enough time to have a job because I'm always in school. It's just hard for me to make money without having a job, you know? Because it's like, damn, all I can do is model. And modeling doesn't pay as well as people think. Like, not all the time, especially if you don't have an agency or a manager. I've been doing this shit independently. I'm doing it by myself. So it's not enough to pay a whole damn rent, bitch, because every rent here is fucking $1,100, $1,200, $1,300, $1,400 and up. But that's okay. I have a lot of friends, and I feel like I'm gonna use my friends right now because I never really rely on my friends. I never really rely on anybody around me. But I think now is the moment to kind of see who gives a fuck enough. Like, cause it's like, I would let somebody stay on my couch for a week or two. If that type of favor can't be reciprocated, then I don't think we should be friends. Like, I'm very much a hard lover. I'm very much I give my friends everything if I can give it to them. And if I don't have the type of people around me, then I probably should just cut people off. I already asked everybody and anybody, hey, help me, help me, help me, help me, help me, help me, help me. And nobody could help me financially. So it's like, if you can't help me financially, at the very fucking least, help me with a fucking place to stay. Everybody says, oh, you're such a pretty girl, you shouldn't be struggling, da 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 da. What's important to me is just like maintaining safety at this point, because if I can't pay rent, then obviously I'm not supposed to be paying rent. I'm supposed to be figuring it out a different way, which is exactly what the fuck I'm gonna do. So as you can see, my car is making hella noise, and I'm barely even doing anything. Before anybody starts feeling bad for me and saying like, oh, well, you know, sorry that you're in that situation, da 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 da. For me, being homeless is not necessarily like a bad thing. Like, it's not a huge thing for me because I have people who will help me out and let me, you know, stay at their crib while they're not there. So I also wanted to say, I went to service last Sunday, and the pastor it felt like he was talking directly to me. I'm very skeptical when it comes to churches and pastors and people who say that they're of God and say that they're righteous. I have never met this man in my life, never spoke to this man, and everything he said sounded like a conversation between me and God. This path is being paved for me. Even though I don't feel like this is what I want to do, it is what I want to do at the same time, right? Because I don't want to live in that fucking apartment with them toxic ass people. I do want to find a new place to live, right? So I kept saying that over and over and over. What's funny is I got one last sign, and it was like, okay, I'm getting a storage unit and I'm moving the fuck out of that place. I've always felt like God has pushed me through situations that I didn't think I was going to get through. And it's always about going through. You can't go around it. You can't go over it. You have to go through that shit. So when you're going through it, understand you're conquering. You know, you're facing something that somebody else couldn't face. You're defeating demons. You're at battle. You're at war. But you're winning. At the end of the day, I am disappointed in the people around me, but at the same time, I can't expect anything more. Last night, I tried to put the rest of my stuff in storage and ended up not being able to because the storage unit was locked. That's annoying, so all my stuff is still in my car and it's on the street, but that's okay because I'm gonna have somebody from school help me put my stuff in storage. Today, I prayed on my Bible and I asked the Lord to give me a message. And I opened up to Psalms 35 to 37. It says, do not be agitated. I have been annoyed with people who are doing well in this era where all the righteous people are being attacked. Why is there so little righteous people? And it says, later on in the passage, it says, for evildoers will be destroyed, but those who put their hope in the Lord will inherit the land. Refrain from anger and give up your rage. I can't be envious of somebody who cheated their way there. I have to be patient. I have to wait on the Lord to help me instead of constantly asking, constantly begging and begging and begging for something, because it says here, be silent before the Lord and wait expectantly for him. Things are going to happen the way they're supposed to. So if you don't believe that, it's not going to work. That's what I think this means. The reason I'm even reading my Bible right now is because I do feel like it's necessary. I do feel like I don't read my Bible enough. My skin is clearing up, but I have some dark marks, obviously, but like my skin is clearing up pretty well, which is so crazy because like, shouldn't I be super stressed out? All my old breakouts are just like little dark spots now. Before I go, there was one more part of this passage that I wanted to share. The little that the righteous person has is better than the abundance of many wicked people. And that really sat with me. So I just want you guys to think about it today. Anyway, I'm on the way to the train station. All right, I just got out of school. I'm about to move the rest of my shit into the storage unit. So I ended up braiding my hair and I went to school this morning. I walked to the train, got a matcha. It was nice. It felt good. The train was quiet. It wasn't scary. It was my first time on the metro rail in LA because I've been on the one in Houston, but not the one in LA. School was nice. They had a graduation today and that really put me in a good mood. Because, I don't know, it's just really nice seeing people accomplish things because it motivates me, you know? I had my classmate drive me back here and then we went to my storage unit and put all the rest of the stuff that was in my car in the storage unit, which was great. So now I feel more comfortable about my car being on the street and being parked. I don't really need my car right now because I'm trying to just lock in. I'm probably just going to be going to school, coming home, going to school, coming home, buying groceries. Like, I'm not going to be doing the most. I already wasn't going out and partying. I already wasn't really doing much unless it was booked, unless it was paid. So, you know, right now, I am dressed basically to go get dinner. I'm not fully dressed because It's at 7:30. Right now it's 7:15, and he wants to basically like come pick me up. And now a part of me is like on some like, should I even be going out on dates and I ain't got no place to, but I do have a place to live, even if it is temporary. I'm not really in like a crazy ass situation the way people think I am. Would it be weird to go on a date? And at the same time, I don't really know if it's a date, because the guy was very friendly. He'd never said anything, that shows me that he's attracted to me. He didn't say anything romantic. It was just friendly. And then he's like, yeah, we should just go out to dinner, which could simply be casual and dinner with a friend. But yeah, we'll see if it's like a date or if he's just like being nice. I'm very open about everything. Like, I don't need to hide shit because I'm not embarrassed about anything. I'm a human being who makes mistakes, who does things, who goes through things, who lives, breathes, and bleeds just like the rest of you motherfuckers, right? So at the end of the day, I can be vulnerable and do what I want to do. And if you fuck with me, you fuck with me. If you don't, you don't. I don't know why my life is so crazy, but documenting it and showing people that it's possible to get out of these types of situations. It's possible to stay positive. It's possible to just like trust God and let it be. I am okay with being the example. That's fine. So I am actively dating at this time. For those who are asking like, well, why? Well, you're a pretty girl, you're dating people, why aren't they helping you? 2 of them offered me a place to stay. 1 of them couldn't, but is very supportive emotionally and mentally and physically. So I fuck with him still. The other 2, like I said, they're flip-floppy. So it's like, you can offer me a place to stay, but are you actually gonna follow through with that? So would it be bad for me to go on a date? What if it's not a date though, guys? What if it's not a date? What if it's not a date? I just got back from school and the walk was nice. It was different because this is my first time walking home, because yesterday I had gotten a ride, so this is my first time walking home type shit. I didn't get to read my Bible this morning, so I'm going to be reading it tonight before I go to sleep. I will probably just be like running down the timeline of when I first got to LA to now, so that people understand what my whole entire process has been. I will do that another day. I'm not really in the mood to do that shit right now. The person who lives here, who's not currently here right now, said that they were coming home tomorrow. I'm gonna cook for them so that they can have a meal when they come home, because they're probably gonna be tired and hungry, so make a nice meal. Shout out to my classmate. She actually made sure that I could get a train pass for free. And also, during school, we were chatting and I told her about the date. And then I told him that I was homeless, and he was like, well, you're not homeless because you have a place to live. Homeless people are on the street. And in my opinion, being homeless is not having an address. Being homeless is not just being on the street. Like, of course I'm not going to sleep on the street or whatever the fuck if I don't have to. If I don't have an address to myself, then that's what I consider homeless. I'm explaining this to my classmate, and this is how the conversation went. I'm basically homeless because I don't have an address.
Come and on, Skin.
I'm documenting.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm documenting everything because I know that somebody will watch this and be like, "This is motivational for me."
Like, exactly.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm a living representation of
somebody who needs to hear our story and see our face and know that, life will get tough. However, you are tougher.
Mm-hmm. God doesn't throw anything your way you can't handle. So I'm chilling. We cool.
You smart, girl. Because I be so into in the moment that I don't record, but there's moments that I have that I'm like, somebody needs to see this, And I never just, pull out my phone because get too overwhelmed. But
now. You definitely got to start just so you could get used to it, because in my opinion, like I wasn't used to doing it either, and I got too inconsistent. But I'm like, I need to be consistent, and I need to have these moments for other people. You know what I mean? And for myself, because honestly, I want to look at this later and be like, oh wow, that was me at one point when I'm sitting in my, you know, my nice Hollywood Hills mansion.
That part. I know for me, I was in a space of that's weird. Like, you know, why am I sitting here? But that makes perfect sense. And once you get over not hearing what people think, or, you know, get over that part of it, then it's easier for you to walk in there. So thank you for this, because now I'm going to start.
Okay.
How are you?
12 hugs to survive.
So yeah, at the end there, I was basically talking about the purpose of why I'm even doing this series, because it's like I want to help people. I want to motivate people. I want people to see that you can literally be happy and be at peace, even if you don't have everything. Even if you're not fucking a billionaire, you can be happy and you can choose peace. Because a lot of people don't choose peace. They choose to consistently be anxious about the things that they don't have, the things that they cannot immediately control. And I want you guys to know that that eats away at your lifespan. Instead of being stressed about the things you can't control, focus on the things that you can control, and focus on making yourself happy and doing the little things that you need to do to secure your happiness. Because there's small things that make me happy. On the way home, I got a fruit cup with mangoes and tahini and lime, and that made me happy. Do at least one thing to make yourself happy every single day. I promise y'all it fucking worked. We're not supposed to be paying for food. I don't care what nobody says, bro. I don't care what nobody says. And that's the way it is. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. Oh, yeah. I don't know why I stayed up so late. I think I just was anxious. Anyway, today's scripture is a conversation between Eliphaz and Job. It started me at the top of the page, Job 15-17. His possessions will not increase in the land. He will not escape from the darkness. Flames will wither his shoots, and by the breath of God's mouth he will depart. Let him not put trust in worthless things, being led astray, for what he gets in exchange will prove worthless. When I got to the middle of what Job was saying, I started to really understand this passage. I think patience is a thing that I need to work on myself. I've been seeing it more often, my patience being tested, and things that happen to you, around you, for you, is all to teach you something. I'm learning that not everybody has empathy, not everybody has sympathy, because people fear man's consequences before they fear God's consequences, which is crazy. So that scripture, it was relatable to me. There was positivity in it, but you really have to seek it out.